I am Grayson. This is, of course, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for Nintendo Switch. I have a guest with me today, if you haven't figured out. This is actually one of the co-stars that I'm working with D&Dark with. This is none other than Imhotep.
That's me.
And would you like to share?
I'm sorry. Let me try to do a little bit.
There
of
it is.
again. That is me.
So today we're going to be doing a little bit of Smash Brothers, and Imhotep is going to go ahead and share a little bit of how he developed his character and kind of like why he chose him, and a little bit of like past history with like D&D. And episode's going to be decently short. We're just going to play a few matches so that way we kind of like have something to talk over. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this started.
So, yes, as Grayson said, I'm playing Imhotep in our game. He is the mummy, as in the Curse of the Mummy. You might be thinking about the Brendan Fraser movie. It's basically that Imhotep.
Yeah.
My version that I made for him, I spent a lot of time in college in Egyptology classes because it was just a topic that was very interesting to me. And so when I was designing my version of Imhotep, I decided that I wanted it to be based on some real history. Of course, you know, when you're playing as a character that is never going to exist.
Of course.
A character who's 4,000 years old. It kind of messed the history up, but I wanted to include my favorite king, Akhenaten, the heretic king, who basically one day said, yeah, we're going to throw all of the religion out the window. We are now a sun cult.
Oh.
And so I wrote my character around being a priest of Osiris, who is being told, you're now leading a sun cult. And one thing after another, I pulled from the original stories about reviving the dead of his loved one, and just sort of pulled, I'm having a hard time focusing on both what I'm saying and trying to beat you here with Princess Zelda.
I know. The funny thing is that I chose random, and I used to main Marth.
Oh, Martha's one of mine too.
Oh, really?
I was saving it for later. I was saving Martha for later. But, as I was saying, sorry. So I just kind of came up with this thing. I remember why I chose Imhotep in the first place was Dan was like, yeah, our DM was like, yeah, I have this idea, and I'm making these characters, they're pre-generated, but once you get them, you can do whatever you want with them. They're all yours.
Oh shit!
And he basically said, I have, you know, the Frankenstein monster. I have this. I have that. You're the mummy.
Right.
He didn't give me an option.
Oh really?
Because he gave me the option, but he basically was like, you're gonna play the mummy, and we know you're gonna play the mummy because you're you, and you spent way too long studying Egypt. So that's how I got into playing it. I was super happy. I've been enjoying playing him. It's fun being a straight man in an otherwise kind of ridiculous setting,
right?
With a bunch of ridiculous characters.
Yeah, I think one of the cool things was that when I was talking to Dan about a lot of this, I didn't know what I was going to be doing, and to be honest, I was actually in between like two other characters besides the Invisible Man. And I was trying to figure out, because the thing is that like I started listening to oh my god. I started listening to audio dramas, and I found out that one of the audio dramas that I dodged. Yep, there it is. One of the audio dramas that I listened to, I had no idea what was going on, but they were rolling dice, and I didn't understand the concept. But then I kind of dove into it a little bit, and then I found out that the character that I was kind of like leaning more towards was kind of like sneaky and roguish. And then it dawned on me that that's just a character. And I'm kind of like, oh, okay, right. Well, let me go ahead and like read into this a little bit more. And then when Dan told me that he has a rogue character, like that was one of the three. But then of course me wanting to be me and plan ahead, I'm just kind of like, well, I also know that they're a little squishy, or they're like a glass cannon. And he was kind of telling me that it's gonna be a little bit of a trade-off. And I mean, it's like, you can't have a character that's super tanky and that can do all these attacks. So I was like having a hard time with it, just because like I didn't want to die super quick. Like, it's not, I don't want to be overpowered or anything. I just want to like go through the entire story.
See, I had the exact opposite realization while we were playing. As I'm playing this character who's all bones, he's a skeleton, and then like halfway through, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the cleric, I'm a tank.
Right.
Why am I standing behind everybody? So,
Oop.
But what was that? Do you remember what podcast or story you were listening to where they were rolling the dice like that?
Originally, I think it was Dark Dice, and then
okay,
because it was Dark Dice, and then I was also listening to did you ever hear of one called Liberty Vigilance?
I haven't.
Oh, that's honestly like the very first one that I ever had, and it was
Disobedience Press.
Oh,
sorry.
no, it's all good. Sorry, I was like trying to like gather my thoughts as well.
No. Nah.
But no. Oh my god. Okay, it's the DI. So with all that's kind of like going on, I'm just kind of like trying to figure out the different ways based off of the podcasts that I've been listening to. And the Liberty Vigilance one is a little bit more of a sci-fi one. And they didn't have a lot of like the fantasy based stuff, so like there was they had like ray guns and stuff like that, but they did it in a way to where I don't know why I rolled into that, but they did it in a way to where it was almost fair, I would say, but also at the same time I didn't understand what was and wasn't fair. So I was kind of like listening to those and then just trying to figure out what I would be able to do. Ooh, I should have just stayed at the corner right there. So, but yeah, at least with one of the episodes, when you started like standing in front of I think it was Carmilla, it dawned on me that like, wait, why is he doing that? Like he's a bag of bones. And then I think you made a comment that you're essentially kind of like the party's tank.
I'm the secondary tank, yeah.
Right. So, and when that was a thing, I was kind of like, oh, wait, so this is going to be interesting. So I really wanted to see how all of that was going to kind of play out. But, and then I know that we have like our other players as well. But, and we should be getting them like on decently quick. And I mean, for the most part, like as per, what was it? As per, I think as per this recording, I was just trying to think to myself, like, should I share this information? But it's like, it's fine. As per this recording, you're basically the first person that I got. So, and I think, in a couple weeks time I'll be able to get Dan and Jordan. So and
that'll be fun.
Yeah, they're gonna be our Wolfman and also our DM. Jordan has been kind enough to do some of the different artworks kind of like as a solo. So
which I thought was very nice.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like the art she's done. She told me that she drew the runes that are on Imhotep's body.
Oh, wow.
And that she used like a translation for it, and I'm like, I gotta find it. I gotta find out what potentially cursed things you wrote onto my character.
Oh,
cursed
there it
in
is.
a good way,
Yeah.
I should say.
Of course.
I miss this type of character. I miss the speedy going for the kill.
I know. I used to when Pyra and what's her name? Pyra
Mithra?
Yeah, Pyra Mithra. When they came out, I was actually playing as them. And it's so funny, like I used to main Marth, and then I was not good at it because you have to use like the tip, and I'm not very good at spacing.
Right.
So then I tried using so this will be.
Now that you say it, I'm going to try it.
Yeah, this will probably be maybe the last one, but
okay. Oh, this is the last one, then I gotta go all out.
Yeah. So please, because I tried Pyra Mithra and I was decent with that, and then also I used to main Marth. I tried going into Sonic, but it was just.
And now you're doing Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I played with Sephiroth. I think was the character that I left off on, and then Smash is like almost a little bit of a. What is it? A kind of almost I'm like part of me is just kind of like I don't know if I want to like get into this game because it gets so toxic sometimes.
I feel you.
Oh, that was not what I wanted. So, but yeah, it's like I haven't played this game in God knows how long. Now I gotta try and like figure out the moves. Nope, that's not the move that I wanted.
What are you looking for? Firaga?
No. That one I know. It's like the B button. Because I was like always leaning on those. Up. It's that dash attack. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. I keep confusing it. There it is.
I'm pretty sure it's your up. Yeah, it's your up and you can angle it.
There we go. Because that one along with like
I've been playing Samus here since 64.
Oh really?
So.
Oh wait, what? I didn't realize I was already down to one life.
I got you. Oh no, I got you there. I got you.
Oh, that's fantastic. I just turned the other way. I didn't even realize that like I was so far like down. So now it's like the focus has almost come.
Yeah, it's gone.
oh, I thought that was gonna kill.
No, you're not a
Oh, yes, I got my one. So anytime that I always play this game, I've been playing with people that have gone into like
way too good.
Yeah, for me. And I always tell them that as long as I can get my one, like that's all I ever cared about.
Oh, you get super armor through that one apparently.
Yep. I'm so happy you didn't catch me. Oh. Oh! Is there a chance? Is there a small sliver of a chance? Oh, there it is.
No.
That would be it. So, as we're kind of like wrapping up, I wanted to know if there was anything in particular that you wanted to share about your character that you feel is going to be almost like a defining moment for your character.
For my character, I think the defining moments for him are going to come when he's able to collect the scrolls of power that he's looking for. I feel like that's going to open things to him and potentially change his personality, maybe, depending on what kind of powers those scrolls grant to him.
Okay. So, and I think your character. What's your character's alignment?
My character's alignment is technically, I want to say neutral. I want to say it's either neutral evil, or I think it's neutral evil, which is an interesting one because I'm seeing him. I'm kind of trying to run him as neutral, more true neutral, but not in the boring kind of way. But in the, I have a goal.
Right.
The goal is good and just, but I will do things to get there.
Right.
Like,
so.
it is. I have a just and good goal, and I will reach that goal by any means necessary. The ends will justify the means.
Of course.
So that's how I interpret him as like true neutral.
Got you.
So he's not lawful good. He's not gonna stand up for every single weak person he sees. If he can step on a weak person to get what he wants, he'll get it. But his goal is good. That's how I see it.
Cool. So, but I think that's pretty much going to do it for all of this.
Okay.
Depending on what happens, we may or may not do more of these. I'm going to talk to Dan about it and see if, like, this could just either be a one-off or, I don't know, maybe he ends up enjoying some of these as well.
Maybe.
So, but, yeah, thank you so much for coming on, Imhotep. I have been Grayson. And hopefully you guys are going to be enjoying our little side project that I've been kind of hinting at in like a lot of my past videos. So with that, I'm going to bid adieu to Imhotep.
Au revoir.
And thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for kind of like letting me be a part of this whole D&D adventure with you guys and kind of like collaborating a bit. It's my first time for all of that stuff, so I mean, kind of like
it's for D&D, particularly D&D 5e, is my first time playing. I have run games before. It's my first time being on this end of it. It's very fun.
Okay, but other than that, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Oh. Just like I do with any of my other videos that I tell you, make sure to, of course, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. You can listen to D&Dark on all major streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and more, with new episodes premiering on Wednesdays. Follow us on Twitter at D&Dark Podcast to stay up to date with our goings-on, and we look forward to seeing you join us as we venture into the dark.